So next we're gonna talk about weapons. Keegan already kind of mentioned it. It's probably my movie of the summer too. I can go first here, Keegan. This might be my favorite horror movie of all time, actually. Um, I was literally covering my face in theaters. um, I don't want to spoil this. This movie's doing like incredible numbers in box office, as it should. Number one, I think 2 weeks in a row. The premise is that you walk in, you're the teacher's point of view, and there's only one child, and 18 of the other ones are missing, and you're not sure why. And there's a creepy voiceover of like, all this stuff actually happened, but they covered it up, and yada yada yada. Takes place like in Pennsylvania too, which is kind of close to. It felt very close to like what I grew up in, like just a midwestern suburban town, and I was just like, oh boy, what did I get myself into? And just from there, the way they tell the story is um, 5 or 6 characters, their day in their life of like the 3 days post the events. And it's really, really fascinating. I could have used one less character probably because at one point I was like, all right, come on, let's move on with it. But I love the way that they did different like chapters of this story based on the characters. I think it works super, super well. And yeah, it was a good, horrifying, spooky movie that I have still been thinking about. I saw it about 2.5 weeks ago, and I don't think a day has gone by that I at least haven't thought about it a little bit. One of the best horror movies I've ever seen, maybe the best. I really, 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 really love this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. I'm going to drop an 8.4. Not a huge horror guy either, but a thumb way up, and I will definitely watch it again. I love this movie.
Yeah, the premise is really incredible. And so yeah, the mystery is where those 17, 18 kids go, and then the focus goes to the teacher. It's like it's only your class. Why? What's going on here? So when you're it's split into five sections. So when you're with her, everything is so scary. She's a young woman living on her own in a kind of a shitty neighborhood. So the way Zach Clear is using the camera, you're like, it kind of reminds me of Invisible Man's camera work, where you're like, this there could be a guy or someone trying to get her literally anywhere
Those
on
car
screen.
scenes where she's
Yeah,
sleeping the car, that's when I was covering my face.
yeah. It's so tense the entire movie. And Zach Clear also directed Barbarian, and we were talking about this before the podcast started. He was from the sketch comedy group The Whitest Kids You Know. So he's in both Barbarian and this, he infuses so much humor that when you like least expect it, like in Barbarian, I was one of the funniest scenes of all time is in Barbarian. I was crying laughing, and then there's really really funny shit in here too. But he never loses the horror or tension either. Like you're laughing, but then a minute later you're still covering your face. You're at the edge of your seat. You're like afraid what's going to happen. It's so good. I haven't really seen Julia Garner in much. She was just in Fantastic Four, which we'll get to in a bit here, I'm sure. She's amazing in this. She's really, really good. I didn't really get the hype of her before this, but she's incredible. Brolin's incredible. Alden Ehrenreich, who I've not seen since Solo, is really, really fucking good in this. There's one kid who plays like a drug addict. I think he steals the movie. He's amazing. I think he's going to be in Krieger's next movie. His next movie is Resident Evil, which feels like kind of a
Oh,
waste, but maybe he'll make it good. Um, when you said that there's one too many characters, which one would you cut? Is it Benedict Wong?
probably Benedict Wong. But
Yeah.
correct from well, I guess that's got a little bit of spoiler, but the Benedict Wong is when they finally keep the plot going, then, right?
Yeah. So yeah, but I guess before spoilers, it's nice that I like the way they do it with you get the five characters, and then once it gets intense with that character, ends next one. And so it's kind of nice. It's really well paced.
I mean,
And then they
the
all
tension is just you're
yeah.
gripping
And
as
then
it
they
just
all
keeps building. It's just like, dear God.
yeah, and then they're so perfectly tied together at the end. Yeah, this movie is incredible. Definitely check it out. Well, I didn't score it yet. I would
You
go
did
8.5, uh,
8.5.
thumb way up. See it in
Y-
theaters, for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I saw it in a pretty packed theater, which definitely helped the suspense of it all. You're kind of probably out of the window for that, but maybe not. Go see it on a Friday night. Um, Now we're getting to spoilers here. Um, I what'd you think of the woman, the villain of this movie? I thought she
Yeah.
was completely haunting.
Yeah,
Does
she's
she look like that
terrifying.
in real life?
That I think that's Ed Harris's wife. She's a known actress. She's in what is she in that, like, you would know for
Amy
sure? Amy
Madigan?
Madigan. She was in a bunch she was, Field of Dreams. She's the wife from Field of
Oh,
Dreams, a
okay.
big
So
buff.
they're
Yeah.
definitely using some like prosthetic or something.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Okay.
So, but my biggest fear with horror movies is once the ghost monster is revealed, is it gonna fall apart or not? Once you know the mystery, is this gonna fall apart? And you learn it pretty quickly that it's her. You get it in that Benedict Wong section, and she's still scary, it's still weird, it's still interesting, and then it gets really, really funny. Like, when when those kids chase her around the neighborhood for, like, what feels like 20 minutes, like, it's so long, but it's hilarious the entire time. It's great, and I guess we'll talk about, together later too, but yeah, once the mystery is revealed in horror, uh, great ones are able to maintain that push through until the end, and this one absolutely did. Even once you learn what's going on, why she's doing it, stuff like that, and they do a really good job of not revealing everything. Like, is this woman like 1,000 years old and has been like sucking the life out of people forever? Is she actually part of that family? Like, there, all those questions still exist around her, but uh, you don't really need to know the answers to really enjoy it.
No, and I'm not a big like super like I typically don't like horror when it's like supernatural horror. I totally dug it here because it felt like a pretty I think it being rooted with like the children and like the small town vibes. It just always kind of felt realistic. And never got too goofy or too out there where it completely lost me. Like I was still locked in. And I agree with you. Usually when they finally gets revealed, it you kind of lose it, but not at all here. Um, a couple scenes too stuck out to me. The When the homeless man stumbles on the children just in the basement, like all 17 of them. I think I
Yeah,
literally screamed.
yeah, it's scary.
I
Um,
I think I literally yelled out loud. That also like both car scenes where they the one where the hair gets cut off when
mm,
the lead actress is asleep in the car. That is awesome. Who is it? Julia Garner. Justine's character. She falls asleep in the car and gets her hair chopped off. That is sick. And then also when James, the homeless man, when he's just like trapped in the car and you can see I guess Paul Morgan, the cop, kind of get like pulled back in and he's just locked in there and you're just like, oh shit. Both those scenes. Anytime you get someone locked in a car, terrifying. Terrifying for me.
when Alden Ehrenreich was in Hail Caesar solo, he was next man up, and then he disappeared, and he's back, dude. He's really good in this movie. There's a it starts off as a pretty clear metaphor for like a school shooting,
Oh,
uh, and
yeah, I
then
guess it
I think
does.
yeah, no, I mean, I think that's it seemed obvious to me, and just like the fallout of trying to trying to make sense of something that doesn't make any sense, really, from the parent's perspective, for sure. Like, you get the parent meeting a couple of times from the different perspectives, and like trying to blame someone, anyone, for why your kid would go out that way. So that was really powerful. There was some interesting police brutality, police overstep commentary with Alden Ehrenreich's character as well. So there's a lot of interesting commentary that he's making, along with it being a really entertaining, really scary horror movie. So yeah, the sort of recent resurgence of horror with the elevated horror, Krieger has kind of taken that on that mantle too. Him, Ari Aster, those sort of Jordan Peele, those sort of directors are doing really interesting things with horror because it feels like horror is the only place you can sort of do this sort of original stuff, um, unfortunately. But I don't know. We'll see if the superhero movies seem to be dying out a bit. So maybe other things will fill that role.
Yeah, like I said, $38 million budget. This movie's already made 170 at the box office. Number one,
Awesome.
back to back week, being out Freakier Friday, which is an established IP. So
Yeah.
horror movies are doing very well at the box office. Well, Ari Aster Eddington did not, but yes, I agree with that. I think you touched on a couple interesting notes there: the police brutality and the school shooters. The police brutality is fairly obvious. The school shooters thing, though, is a nice little touch to it. Man, just the way that they treated the teacher, the way that they treated her, I felt so
Yeah.
dang bad for her. Because I truly always thought that she was like she didn't. There was no way that she had any like real there was no way that she had any impact on those kids' life. So you're pulling for the whole entire way. I like that she's a broken character though. I like that she went out and slept with Alden's character.
He's
Um,
a clear alcoholic. Like,
yeah. And
yeah.
she has him meet at a bar, gets him drunk, and then basically has him cheat on her. Um, I thought that was really cool. Like it's these fun like broken characters unfolding plots on top of each other that just make this just very gripping. Um,
I,
and,
I want to examine. I want to see again, just examine Brolin's character because Brolin's dream is really interesting. It's also scary as shit, and I love when he wakes up. When he wakes up, he's just like, "Fuck, the fuck was that?" uh, but yeah, you have that massive gun over his house. I don't know if it's like
yeah,
I don't know if that's school shooting related or if that is military PTSD maybe related or what is going on with that visual.
yeah, that's a really interesting point. I don't. Yeah, the gun over the house. I don't really have a good explanation for. Yeah, that is a really good point. Is he a military person? Yeah, could be. Definitely could be. And just some really cool deaths in this movie. I love the way how uh the witch dies at the end by the
God.
children just pulling her limb to limb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dang graphic and just happens in like the front yard, just in front of like just a suburban street.
Yeah.
Wild. Wild.
Uh, and Benedict Wong kills his husband. Super gory. Yeah, it's
Through
really, really
headbutting him.
gory. Yeah, it's really, really gory and gross. And then just the way their eyes are popping out of their skulls, like, once they're, like, trying to complete their task. Yeah, dude, just gross and unfortunate.
So the kids are gonna go back to normal, right? It's just gonna take a while. Because
So
Josh
that's what
Brolin,
I
when the spell got broken, he went instantly back, but he was only under the spell for like 4 minutes, and
yeah.
so I think it's going to take a while.
Yeah, so I think so the way they frame it with that girl talking about it as, like, "People don't talk about this enough, this is what happened." I love that, by the way. I don't think she's a character in the actual movie, but,
I don't think so either.
um at the end, so the boy's parents are done. They're basically vegetables, like, they can't do anything. Um, Brolin was quick, so he's okay, but the kids, I think she says it they finally started talking again, but I can't remember how long or how far removed she is from the story.
I
Like, I don't know
want
if
to.
she's doing this a month later or years later or what.
My gut says it's a year later because I remember thinking in theaters where I was like, okay, cool. They will probably be able to like get back to normal eventually because like Josh Brolin did.
Yeah,
I think it was a year later. I'm on the Wikipedia page and it's not stated. And so, like, I think the parents will come back too. I just think it's going to take like a long, long time.
yeah. Sucks. Sucks for them.
Very neat, though.
But
Very
nice yeah.
neat. Really great concept. Yeah. They say I don't need to see another one of these. They say they're probably going to develop a second one of these. They don't need to, but very great premise. I think this is also my movie of the summer as well.